To calculate the value of this expression in complex numbers, you need some formulas. What are those formulas? The nth roots of unity formula. If alpha is nth roots of unity, nth root of 1, then alpha equal to cis 2k, what is it, cis 2 pi by n. Cis 2 pi by n is the alpha. This is one thing that you need to know. So if alpha is nth roots of 1, alpha is equal to this, and alpha power n equal to 1, and 1 plus alpha square plus and so on plus alpha power n minus 1 equal to 0. These are the properties that you need to know to answer this question. The De Moivre's theorem is basically cis theta, the whole power n is cis n theta. You should also know this to answer this question. If you know all these, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you know these 4 points, then it's easy to do this problem. You should also know the notation. What is that notation? Suppose summation of I square, I equal to 1 to 5 or something is there. So I should be replaced with 1, and then plus I should be replaced with 2, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square. You should know the meaning of this summation, right? All these things you need to know to answer this question. Yeah, I'll just change the variable because I is usually used for the imaginary number I, so that to avoid the confusion, I'll use the k for this. Suppose k equal to 1 to 5, and then this is k square. Then this is the expansion. And this is also you need to know. One more thing that you need to know is, suppose summation of k is equal to 1 to n or something is there, and 5 k cube plus some 3k or something is there. So what you can do is, you can separate the summation for 2 terms. You can separate the summation for 2 terms. K is equal to 1 to n 5k cube plus summation of k is equal to 1 to n 3k. This is one fact that you need to know. And the other fact that you need to know is, you can write the term which is independent of the running variable. K is called the running variable, which is independent of running variable outside the summation when it is in multiplication. 5 times summation of k is equal to 1 to n k cube plus even this 3 also can be written outside the summation. 3 times k equal to 1 to n k. So these are basic things you need to know to answer this question. Now, one more thing is the argument polar form of a complex number is cis theta, that is cos theta plus I sin theta. But here you have sin theta minus I cos theta. To convert this into cos, of course, we can use one method where sin can be written as cos 90 minus and cos can be written as sin 90 minus. But instead of that, in this particular case, the pattern method will be writing this, the summation of k equal to 1 to 6, writing this 1 as minus I square into sin 2k pi by 7 minus I into cos 2 pi k or 2k pi, both the same, by 7. I'm writing the minus 1 as I square. If you need to write that also, you need to write as a separate point. Minus I square equal to 1, because I square is minus 1, minus I square is 1. So when you know this point, you take the minus I common. And again, now we are using this point, the constant can be written outside. Minus I is independent of k. There is no k in minus I, so minus I can be written outside the summation. And then this becomes cos 2k pi by 7 plus I sin 2k pi by 7. And now this k is equal to 1 to 6. Again, now I'll write the de Moivre's theorem. I will use the de Moivre's theorem. How will use the de Moivre's theorem? I write this as cis 2k pi by 7, 2 pi 7 into k. That into k I will try to write in the power. Okay, if I write 2 steps directly, maybe you will be confused. I'll write that. The one step I use this, I wrote this cos as cis theta, and then the next step I write k equal to 1 to 6. Now I will use the de Moivre's theorem, 2 pi by 7, the whole power k, right? So that's what I did. Now, the minus I outside as it is, now what will be this? The summation of, summation I would like to expand this. So what I will do is I need more space for these steps now. So I'll write from top to bottom. The next step I'll write here, minus I into, when I expand the summation, if I, let me call this as let me call this as alpha. Summation of k is equal to 1 to 6. The cis alpha, the whole power k, where n equal to 7, isn't it? Cis theta, cis 2 pi by n is alpha, and here n equal to 7. Now you can write this as minus I into, now if we expand this, k equal to 1 to 6, what you get, k equal to 1, if you take, this is cis alpha. Oh, sorry, my bad. The full entire thing itself is alpha. Entire thing itself is alpha. Cis 2 pi by n itself is denoted as alpha. Now if you run the k value from 1 to 6, it is alpha plus alpha square plus alpha cube plus alpha power 4 plus alpha power 5 plus alpha power 6. Now using this formula, 1 plus alpha square plus and so on, alpha power n minus 1 equal to 0. For n equal to 7, what it becomes? For n equal to 7, alpha equal to cis 2 pi by 7, and 1 plus alpha plus and so on plus alpha power 6, not 7, equal to 0. Now you have alpha to alpha power 6, that value will be minus 1. So equal to minus I into this value is equal to minus 1. So the minus 1 you write here. So this is equal to minus I into minus 1. Minus and minus plus I. And that is option 4. 15th one is given in CET 2008. So how to find the conjugate of this? You can simplify this and then get the conjugate, or find the conjugate and then simplify. Anything is fine. So if you directly find the conjugate of it, conjugate equal to the conjugate of numerator 1 minus I the whole square by the conjugate of denominator 1 plus I. The formulas that I used, I'll write it later. First, I'll complete this step. This 1 minus I square is minus 2I by 1 plus I. Oh, again, you need to multiply with the conjugate of the denominator. 1 minus I by 1 minus I. The numerator will be minus 2I minus into minus plus I square, which is minus 2 by 1 plus 1. Just take the 2 common and cancel. Minus 1 the minus I. Yeah, I just did the simplification. The formulas that I used here are the Z bar, Z square whole bar is Z bar square, and Z1 by Z2, the whole bar, equal to Z1 bar by Z2 bar. So when I took the conjugate of this given complex number, the conjugate of the numerator by the conjugate of denominator, And the conjugate of square of a complex number is conjugate of a complex number whole square. That's what I used in the numerator. Or otherwise, you can directly simplify this 1 plus I square. Directly you take this 1 plus I square is 2I by 1 minus I and into 1 plus I by 1 plus I. So the 2I plus 2I square by 2 plus 2 means 1 plus 1 2. 2 common and cancel. The I minus 1, basically minus 1 plus I. So there finally conjugate equal to minus 1 minus I. But why I prefer the first method is sometimes after doing all this, you'll be delighted that you got the answer which is appeared in the options. And instead of finding the conjugate and picking the third option, you'll pick the fourth option and end up with like 0 marks. This is what the question asks, the real and imaginary parts. To find the real and imaginary parts of this complex number, you need to convert this into polar form. The polar form is straightforward. Mod z equal to root of 1 square plus root 3 square, which is 2. And it lies in the first coordinate. The formula is tan inverse mod y by x directly root 3 by 1, which is pi by 3. So this is directly log the cis oppose 2 cis pi by 3 base e. And the Euler notation for that is 2 times of e power I pi by 3 base e. And if you use that formula log AB equal to log A plus log B, then this will be log 2 base E plus log e power I pi by 3 base E. Now I use the formula log A power m equal to m log A. Then this becomes I pi by 3 log 2 base E plus I pi by 3 into log 3 log E base E is 1. The formula that I used here is log A base A equal to 1. And now the question asks the real and imaginary part. The real part is log 2 base E, and the imaginary part is not I pi by 3, just pi by 3. Imaginary part means you just need to write the coefficient of it. It is log 2 base E and pi by 3, option 1. So it's given in 2006 CET. The complex number lies in. So for that, if you observe closely, I times root 3I is minus root 3, which is there in the numerator, and I times 3 is there. So this is also, I think I copied it wrong. There is no root there. It's just 3I. So this is what they are given. So if you open the bracket, so this and this both are same. So you can cancel here itself. So you only remain with this. In this also denominator, you can clearly see that root 3 common. If you take root 3 common, it's 1 plus I. So as usual, we multiply with the conjugate of the denominator, which is 1 minus I. So the numerator is 1 minus I whole square is minus 2I. Denominator is root 3 into 1 plus I into 1 minus I, 1 square plus 1 square. Cancel. So you get minus 1 by root 3 into I. So it's a purely imaginary complex number. Purely imaginary complex number lies on y-axis. That's the answer.